Hello there! Welcome to a brand new episode of Wedding Gossip with Anu. My name is Anu Oluwapo-Olofela and I welcome you to a brand new exciting episode. If you're new here, let's take a minute to welcome you. Thanks for joining us today. Please ensure you subscribe to this channel before you forget. Subscribe now. You see that bell? Click on it. Alright, thank you. Today is going to be different because I'm attending 6 weddings today. Yes. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Baddest. Possible? Of course it's impossible because I'm joking. Today we're going to be reliving awkward wedding guest moments. Like this ones. Check it out. So we've seen how let's laugh it out. Let's just laugh it out. So we've seen how that was awkward. That was awkward. If I was in one of those wedding ceremonies, shit, man. No, bad, girl. So bad. Let me tell you about mine. I attended one particular wedding and we were on the queue for the buffet service. And that's how the friend to the bride's father came and started sending us away. I felt like I came with a bow. You know the ways beggars come with this song. Bambiala ilala, Bambiala, give me food, Bambi. I've never been so embarrassed in my life as a wedding guest. You know I like going for weddings, I like attending weddings, but I've never been this embarrassed like this particular one. It was like I came to beg for food and I didn't have food in my house, and so that wedding was where I wanted to eat my life and my destiny. It was awkward. Well, before I continue, I asked persons to send in videos on their awkward wedding guest experiences, and this is what they have to share with us. Let's watch.
Hey, my most awkward and annoying wedding experience has got to be my cousin's wedding in my first year. Kai, guys, I had exams on that day, so I had to go after the exams, and I happened to have been blessed with the most frustrating lecturers ever. So imagine me with all that frustration and hunger. I got to my cousin's wedding and the only thing that was on my mind was to eat. Who does that? And unfortunately for me now, we planned that job. He contracted the catering to one wicked catering service that, oh my god, guys, these people did not give me food. And as a big boy now, someone who's so egocentric, I never stood up to go ask for food. That was how I left that wedding without it.
I've had quite some awkward moments at weddings, but there's a particular one that tops it for me. Okay, so you are well dressed, makeup on fleek, dress on point, and all that, and you wear a very nice high heeled shoe, and you're all gorgeous, and now you're full of confidence, and then your village people decide to attend the wedding with you and break your heel, and you end up wearing a Dunlop slippers all through the wedding. I mean, what could be more awkward?
You're sitting down, they were serving the food and they were passing the food over your table, and you were like, are these people looking at face before they serve? And the next thing, like, you want to raise up your hand and say, excuse me, and the tray the server is carrying just tumble and the food pour on you.
I'm not really a big fan of weddings, and if I should go for a wedding, I go for the reception. Trust me, that's where the fun is. And also, this particular time I went for a wedding, and the picture section are very awkward sessions for me, because friends of the groom, friends of this one, and you just keep waiting and waiting on that. That's a school. Then the reception. So when you get to the reception, you have to wait, or you have to know someone, you have to tip someone to get you food, to get you drinks, to get your table served, and all those stuff, which is not really necessary, So this particular day, I went for a wedding, a friend's wedding, and the food wasn't coming, so I had to go out to go get myself some snacks to eat. And by the time I came back, the food was served. I was like, oh, these people, they're not serious.
I went for a wedding in just back in the day. We were invited as per church member now. So we're like, this is a friend to a friend to a. You know the way the pastor says, okay, show up if you're a member of this parish, show up and let's celebrate this couple, which are like our family in quote. And then we show up. Sometimes I even carry +1, so I want to say I'm my parish show. We showed up. Next thing, reception. We showed up for the church wedding and then reception. By the time we got there, we just noticed people were sitting according to how you knew, and I'm like, okay, what's happening here? So what I now noticed was that the bride's family sat at a particular side, like of the canopy, let's say left and right. So the right hand side was for the bride's family, the left hand side was for the groom's family. And we were just sitting like at the back of somewhere, and the next thing in 2 minutes, just started serving amala. Now Yoruba wedding now. Next thing amala was flying around, samo was flying around. Maybe pepper soup self was being shared. Fried rice. 30 minutes, 1 hour. Oshe, not even water. And they were passing us. People were finishing food and collecting the second round, and I'm like, oh girl. I whispered to myself, I'm like, oh girl, kilo shelle. It's like something's happening. God being so nice to me. What saved me that day was that I found a secondary school of mine, like a mate that we attended secondary school together. She just told me, she was like, hello, how you doing? And all of that, have you been served? I'm like, that's what I do. Now only me waka come. So that was how she was the one that now offered. So she was from the bride's family. She was the one that now took me to their canopy and served me. So she introduced me to her mom and all of that. So I'm like, so if I hadn't seen her, if we hadn't come across each other, I for no chop that day. Now so we would have just come and gone. It's not like I went there for the food, but obviously it's going to be very annoying if you attend a party or a wedding or whatever it is, and the food is flying your very before and you're not being served. But when Kilo Day, what happened? And I went to the gift. So it's not like I didn't go with the gift. So that was my wedding experience, and that really taught me that anytime I go for a wedding, I have to eat ambele food before I even think of going, so that I don't vex at anything. That was my own experience. So from then henceforth, I was like, I have to eat before I go for any party. Because if I hadn't seen my friend, we would have actually come back hungry. Or maybe someone would have pitied us eventually and given us something, I don't know. But that kind of setting, I don't think it makes sense. But that was what happened that day. And I was so disappointed, my eyes were getting red. My eyes were really getting red. That's my...
I went for a wedding with my friends, and I was wearing the same color of suit, the same color of shirt as the groomsmen, and I ended up taking pictures with the couple, and I did not know them from Adam. I ended up taking pictures with the couple's parents. And we ate like fire. That the food part was amazing. They just bringing the food we're serving. At one time, I could see the reaction from the room, like, I don't know this guy, but then he It is what it is, man. The same color of suit, shirt, tie, 2 socks, man. Everything was on point. yeah. So that's it.
Your guess is as good as mine. I am shocked at those experiences. Very, very awkward. Well, I sent this online and I got some responses. This is what Oyinkoinge has to say. She says, okay, so the MC asked me to come out to dance. I know I do not have moves. Hey, God. That's when you start doing the church dance. Praise the Lord, oh, single. Praise the Lord. Till you get back to your seat. Okay, another of my friends sent me something and she wanted to be anonymous. She said that it was time for the bride and the groom to dance at the wedding reception. People started spraying money and it was the bride's friends that should have helped to pick the money from the floor. But these girls were forming. They didn't want to join. They were giving different excuses. At the end of the day, she had to join the mother of the bride to pick the money. If I was the bride that day, to pay me. But then, it's my day. I won't let something that trivial change my mood. All right, so let's continue this conversation in the comment section. Have you ever had an awkward wedding guest moment, either from you or from the bride or from the groom or from another guest? You know those people that come, they come with takeaway packs to pack all the food. They eat round 1, they eat round 2, they eat round 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's talk down below in the comment section till I come your way again at another wedding. Like I always say, being God and being Christ. One more thing, subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.